Nathaniel, how are you?
Yes, mate. Not too bad, thank you. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Welcome to the show, mate. What do you want to say?
Good to hear. Mate, I just after watching the England game, obviously disappointed. You know, everyone was feeling the same way. But the reaction to Southgate, I just think, has been an absolute disgrace. I think it's been so bad. Has he made mistakes? Yeah, I think he has. Like, obviously, not taking a fit left back, silly mistake. And I look at it and I think, well, what does he actually normally when he picks a team? He picks it based on characters. That's what he does all the time, and everybody's been complaining, saying, why are you taking Harry Kane? Why are you taking Harry Maguire? Why are you taking these sort of players who aren't playing week in, week out for the clubs? But and we've backed him and said, well, they've never let England down. This time he's switched it, and now he's picked players on form, and he's got a squad there that doesn't have any chemistry. Like, you can see that when they're on the pitch together, you don't even have to look at them on the pitch together. You can sometimes see it when they're doing the promotional stuff. They look a little bit awkward together, which is natural. You've just pushed in about, maybe 8 new players into that squad and taken out some quite big characters as well. If you think about Grealish, he's a big character. Maddison's a big character as well. Connor Cody, Henderson, and Calvin Phillips, as everybody's been having a moan about as well, with people complaining with Gareth's comment yesterday or the day before. They're all players, senior players who, are good. Some like Connor Cody are good squad players. When you're on the bench and you've got to be a squad player throughout a tournament like that, you need those positive people around. And missing, I know that's a really out there shout, Connor Cody, and
that is wild. I'll give you that.
I appreciate that. There's really there's some great talent that we've got in our ranks now. But if you look back to the golden generation, we had some great talent then as well. But great talent doesn't always make a good team. What makes a good team is a team. You've got to work. You've got to be able to work as a team. It's not always just about the individual talent. So,
that comes down to the manager, though, doesn't it?
It's not the players.
No, it's not. If you're
of course it is. Forming the team comes down to the manager.
Forming the team, yeah. No, I agree, and I appreciate that. That's a mistake on his front. But I don't think the analysis is everybody's going in at him too much. I think too strongly in terms of he's made a massive mistake here. This is what everybody wanted. This is the squad that everybody wanted, and now we're looking at this squad with all these players, and he's trying to fit them into a system that. Almost, if you look at the Trent decision as well, I'd say that a lot of fans did want Trent in centre mid, but I feel like he's been
No, they didn't.
No, I have to disagree.
I agree. Pre-tournament, he's made some big decisions, right? Pre-tournament, he made some big decisions. He's left some big names out. And listen, the signs were positive. And then obviously he whittles it down to 26. Again, he leaves more people out. You think to yourself, okay, he's making some big decisions here. This is good.
Fair enough, yeah.
I don't agree with some of them, but he's prepared to make those big decisions. And then when we get to tournament, he's shoehorning players into positions. He doesn't need to shoehorn them in. He doesn't need to satisfy anybody's ego. He needs to pick the best team. He has the players to be able to do it, and he's not done it.
Totally agree, but I'd say even on your solution to it, what you said yesterday was to put Gordon on the left, which I think is wrong.
No, I never said that. I said Foden in the centre.
Gordon said.
Sorry?
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon. Yeah. I did say Anthony Gordon left hand side. Yeah.
Yeah. So put him on the left.
Yeah.
You've already got Trips on the left who's right footed. So you want somebody you need balance on the left with somebody.
He plays on the left hand side for Newcastle, mate. He's very good at it.
I know he's good at it, but when you've got a right-footed left back, you need somebody who can hold the width naturally with a left foot. You need it.
But Foden doesn't. Foden plays on the left and he comes in as a number 10, so he's not holding any width. So you've got more chance and more better off playing Gordon because he's an out-and-out winger who will stay out on the left, not float in the 10 and like Foden will. And he will track back like he does for Newcastle, so he'll be actually better suited because you've got a right-footed playing left back as in Trippier.
Great point, Pen. Great point. But I'm going to chuck. But the thing is, we've got this squad right, and we haven't actually picked it. That I agree. I don't think it's being picked based on talent rather than actually trying to pick a team that works in a system. We've just got really strong individuals. Our left flank is one problem. And I'd say that our centre mid is obviously the other problem that we all know about. Me personally, and I know you're going to probably think this is probably a bit ridiculous, I'd drop Bellingham
Just wait a minute. Let him speak. Go on.
I have.
Go on.
Yeah, just so the back four and the keeper, yeah, I think they've done a class job so far. I think, bearing in mind we was all worrying about the defence going into it, I think even Trips, he's not getting that width on the left-hand side because he's not left-footed, but he's done a good job of, keeping it in control. Anyway, keep the defence and the keeper as it is. Then I'd have Wharton, Rice, and Foden in the middle, right? I appreciate that Bellingham has played class at Madrid. He's done unreal. But the thing is, you can't fit every single player in there, and he doesn't balance the team well enough. I wouldn't he's either going to be box-to-box or he's a 10. And I wouldn't say that he's better than Rice at box-to-box, and I wouldn't say he's better than Foden at 10. And he isn't a 4. So you can't have him in there. And then when you look at the front three, you've got, I'll keep Kane up top. He's done well for England. He's done well for Bayern. The drop-off must be something else. It's not just the fact that he's come to the Euros and he's stopped pressing, he's stopped performing. There's something else. I'll keep him, and he's a captain as well. And then I'd play, and now this is going to sound even better. The only reason that is mad, though, is because of the team that we've got. We've got to pick the players that we have. So I'd put Saka on the left, and I'd put Cole Palmer on the right. Because Saka, you could switch it and put Palmer on the left so he can cross it in, but he's not quick enough to get past players. Whereas if you put him on the right, where he naturally plays, he's good enough to, he's tricky enough to hold up the ball on that side, but he can cut in on his left on the inside and shoot as well. Right. And then you've got Saka who can still, he's played left back for Arsenal. He would definitely do he's class on his left foot. Get him to the byline, get them balls into Kane, and then you've got Palmer and you've got Foden following up into the box.
Right. Listen, what you've just said to justify Cole Palmer playing on the right-hand side, you use the same argument to not justify Anthony Gordon playing on the left-hand side.
Yeah, but but think, right, okay, great point, and I thought this as well. So, but the problem is you've got Trips who's not left-footed. So that's why I wouldn't play Gordon on the left-hand side, because he's right-footed as well, and we're going to have the same problem as we do with Foden.
But Gordon plays there for his club. That's what he does. He plays there. But neither Palmer or Saka play there for their club.
I'd rather have Palmer. No, Palmer does play right wing for his club.
No, not left side. No. You said either Saka or Palmer to play left hand side, but you preferred Saka in what you said.
Yeah. I'd play Saka left hand side and Palmer right hand side. I'd rather have Palmer on the pitch than I would have Anthony Gordon.
Okay. Listen, let's say everybody's got an opinion on how this should play out, right? But what I will say is that if Gareth Southgate comes with your midfield on Tuesday, I think that shows a massive set of stones to make that decision. To drop Jude Bellingham when not a lot of people are saying that, and bring in Adam Wharton, who I think is a fantastic player. I think he's going to be a stalwart for England for a long, long period of time. I don't know whether it's going to be this particular tournament. But if he makes that decision, then at the end of the day, you go, I don't agree with it, but it's a massive set of stones to do it.
It's a decision that will never, ever be made. You do not drop Jude Bellingham. He's the best player. Why?
He was not. Let's be honest. He was non-existent against Denmark, mate.
No one was. It was existent in that game. Nobody was. But when Jude Bellingham's on that pitch and England are playing well, he's their best player.
I agree.
And he's the one who makes it tick. He's the most probably creative at the time, most of the time. If you can play in the 8, you don't. He does box to box. You don't. Rice just sits there and be pretty like he does at Arsenal. Keep Bellingham 8, Foden 10. It's not rocket science. It is really not rocket science. Am I the only ex-footballer who can see this? Who can see what?
I think there's a few people saying a similar thing, mate.
Yeah.
Like you said, there is a problem on that left-hand side. Interesting points that our man's just made there on that left-hand side. I think Anthony Gordon can do a job out there. We're going to find out on Tuesday, aren't we?
Yeah.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.